Hello guys, happy dark moon and retrograde in Venus retrograde in Scorpio. So man, these energies have been like tough tough is what I would say. Yeah, I'm just gonna wait for a second while I wait for a few of you to come on live. It has been, personally for me, like seriously not fun 24 hours, with Venus retrograde just giving me everything as soon as it comes in. So I've had to like completely just get my day for, like just needing to like find alignment, you know, like, yeah. Hey Lily, hi Emily. Hey Lily, can you please share the video into Temple please for me? So we're going to talk a bit about this retrograde. I'm going to do a moonology reading using the moonology cards. I'm going to talk a bit about this, the moon in particular. Like we can talk a bit about the Venus retrograde as well, but yeah, we'll talk a bit about both and talk a bit about the themes that are coming up. And I feel as though the universe is just sitting there ready to give a bit of a download on surviving this this time. So yeah, so firstly I wanted to show you guys how cool are my new earrings. They're made by Rebecca Gordon, one of my lovely clients from over in the States, and I'm a bit in love with them. So they're fantastic. If you're wondering where they came from, they're really cool, little quartz points. So yeah, so let's get into it. Let's just start talking, because I don't really like my Virgo self at the moment, and I'm sure any of you other Virgos will be feeling the exact same thing. Shit, man, just want a hermit. So bad. Just want to hide away. I'm finding it like I don't really want to talk a lot. I don't really feel like communicating a lot at the moment. I just want to be, you know, just want to be. So this, like, the Venus retrograde in Scorpio, like, is very internal for a lot of us. You know, it asks us like to go within. When Venus is in retrograde, we don't feel sexy. We have to revisit our beliefs around, you know, like what we feel is beautiful, what we feel is sensual, and especially with the Scorpio energies, like, you know, do I really, you know, am I feeling the sensual side of things here? Like, I don't know if the passion's really there. I don't know if the, you know, or it runs the other way where it's like, this is just toxic sex, you know. It's one or the other. Like, which way is it going? It's either there's nothing or there's everything. But there's no real, the love balance is kind of out of there. So this energy right now, it's like, it's shaking us, right? And you know the saying, like, it's shaking us to awaken us, right? So the breakdowns are for the breakthroughs. That was my guidance from the universe this morning, because so this week I channeled a code to support and protect those in divine union. And I was like, okay, so why am I channeling this? Originally it was for a client, then it went completely collective energetically. And it was so beautiful to watch. Like, it was like this beautiful heart expansion to wrap around and protect those in divine unions, because the energy right now can also bring up a bit of this whole, like, I've been noticing a lot of this, like, oh, you know, the relationship sucks, or this isn't so great, or, you know, you're just not feeling it, and you're like, why am I not feeling it? This just feels like crap. I just don't get it. I don't feel it. I don't want it. I don't know if I even want it. Because when we go into retrograde, we're also rethinking, you know, is this the love that I want? Is this the relationship I want to be in? But also it's stirring up all of the stuff. We've got to deal with all of the stuff that's coming up. It's like, you know, it's like, where are the imbalances in the relationships? Where are we in denial in relationships? Where are we pulling our weight in relationships? Where are we playing the victim in the relationship? Where are we, you know, where are we happy and where are we not happy, basically? And also being, you know, connected in with all this Libran energies. It's about bringing all those balances through. So we've got all of that stuff coming in, and so we're sitting there questioning, pondering, thinking, you know, is it right? Is this all right? And the thing is, though, like, the second this retrograde came in, I could feel my energy go, something ain't right here. Like, something feels off. I'm not sure what it is. I gotta have to work through this, right? So the things that you have previously just mastered may be coming back as like, okay, let's do this again. Let's learn this again. Let's test this out again. So for me personally, it's been around wealth again. Like, so I've just mastered doing all the wealth stuff, and now I'm having to remaster it and go, okay, how did I do that? How did I work through that? How can I manifest again? How can I really get clear on how I did this? What are the steps that I took to do this? I know for some of you it's been mastering balance in your relationship, so it's like working through that. For some of you it'll be mastering your health and understanding the truth around your health and your identity around your wealth, health, and well-being. The overall spectrum of abundance, because that's what Venus does as well. She's the ruler of relationships, love, and abundance. I would even put her down to a bit of creativity as well there. And so, you know, with all of this energy coming up, we can be like suddenly like snapped into like, I just feel lost. I don't know who I am. Where am I going? What do I need to do? It's like this whole shutdown of everything to just go, all right, let's go back into it. Let's work out who we are. Let's introspect so that our external world then isn't, because the thing is, right, this is my philosophy on everything, is that we do the energetic work to then see the external world shift, right? So right now, do the internal work, because also the moon is just gone. We're in our dark phase of the moon. Tomorrow is the new moon officially. So during this phase, right, where is the moon at, right? What is she telling us? What phase, if she was a woman, right? If she was a physical woman, what phase would she be in right now, right? So going into this dark moon phase, she is about to bleed, right? She's about to be in her crone, in her wisdom, in her bleeding phase, right? Her internal and inner working phase. So that's where she's at right now. So we are at the darkest PMSy point with the Venus retrograde going, you know, like, I don't know where I'm in balance. I don't know what I want. I don't know where I'm going. I don't understand, you know, I don't understand where everything is. And with all of this, it's just gone like, like, it's just all out there, right? It's all come up. And so when we get that, like, when all of that stuff just comes up, sometimes the release is the only thing that will happen. Like, we cannot really shuffle through, we cannot progress through, we cannot, you know. But the beautiful thing about this crescendo of energy is that we can now come to this point where we're going to go and use this beautiful new moon, which is in Libra, which is about relationships and balance and harmony. And also, so the moon and the sun being, you know, that beautiful balancing, polarizing energy that is so like here we go, here is this beautiful, beautiful balance, to really bring that in. And Scorpio, so this is something else that's been coming up. So not, like, I think it's pretty closely related to the Venus retrograde, but it's pushing a lot of stuff up around the esoteric, right? Pushing up a lot around the witches, pushing up a lot about, because obviously we're coming into Halloween, all of those spooky themes, those kind of weird, like, you know, kind of, yeah, like all the witchy stuff is coming up, right? And it's coming up for a reason, because this is the time when the veil is getting really thin. It's wanting us to work with it. But the thing is that what I'm noticing is not just, you know, let's manifest, right? Because Scorpio is not like that. Scorpio is not like unicorns and fairies and manifesting. No. Scorpio is about like the sexual reproduction. It's about, you know, getting to the dark and deep and the gritty and the you know, it's the Ouija board versus the pendulum, right? It's, you know, it's that completely different, like, no, what I go even further, it's like the Ouija board versus some fairy bread, right? It's that much of a difference here. And so all this Venus retrograde stuff that's in Scorpio that is bringing all this up here has really amplified the Scorpio energies that are coming not till the end of the month. So it's like we've got all the Libra, all the Scorpio, but we're not really feeling so much the Libra just yet. It's about to tip over, but we're not quite feeling it so much. But what Libra does to bring us into balance, and this is what we need to remember, is that it doesn't just bring balance by going, oh, here's some harmony. No, it plays a role, right? So if we are so fixated into ourselves that we cannot see what others are needing, it will bring up a dramatic situation. It will bring up something that will grab your attention and make you go there, right? So that's what it's going to do, right? If you are in that space, it's going to pull you out that way. If you're in a really dark, not good space, it's going to bring love, and it's going to bring something harmonizing to go, hey, I love you. Let's bring you out. Let's give you some space here. Let's give you some love here. Let's, you know, it's going to be gentle. So it just depends, like where you're at, what you're going through. Venus is going to play the role best to bring you back into alignment, and it may not be pretty, but it also may be. So it's literally what's going on. Hi, Rebecca. I'm wearing your beautiful earrings. They arrived like 2 hours ago, and I love them so much. So thank you very, very much. So the thing about Scorpio, when they are not in alignment, we're getting this irrational and selfish energies. And what's going on here that I've noticed is that the masculine is really, really struggling to feel seen when we're rising. Okay, we talked a little bit about these polarizing energies, these balanced energies, and so we know that the divine feminine is rising. And so the other day I put up a post, it was this morning actually. This morning I put up a post about jealousy. And this can be something that can be coming up within relationships a lot right now, where the masculine is feeling quite jealous of the feminine, purely based on the fact that she is rising, right? She is rising, and that can be a really hard thing for them to sit back and see, because they've always been the one that's been the action taker, the go-getter, the be out there getter, like, he's the one out there kind of deal. And so for the feminine is really struggling, because she's like, well, I'm rising up here, like, you get on your freaking step. Because what jealousy teaches us is that where we're out of alignment, it teaches us where we can be stepping up more, where we can stand in our truth, right? So, and quite often the irrational stuff can also be a form of that jealousy. So we need to see that. We need to see where we are not stepping into our truth, where we're not holding our truth, where we're not fully being. And this is the thing, right? It doesn't matter if you're female or male. You could be battling with your internal masculine, feminine jealousy balance, right? So if you're noticing, here's one way to look at it. And I can't remember who it was. I think it might have been my astrologer put it up, Tian Billett. Very, very, very wise woman. It was, if you're scrolling through Facebook and you can honestly be happy for every person who is stepping in their light and standing up in their truth, then you're in alignment. But if you are looking at these people and going, they're doing that, or why am I not doing that? Or then starting to just then throw judgment on self because you're not doing what they're doing. That's how you know you're out of alignment in that area, that there is something more that your soul is requiring from you, something more that you need to be stepping into. And that irrational behavior is accessing that jealousy thing, right? Then there's also the selfish energies that are coming up too. It's like, well, I deserve this, I deserve that. But it's kind of coming from a victim mentality space, not so much a self-care space. Can we look at it that way? Because there is like, sometimes it's like, no, I actually do need to go and have a salt bath. I need to purchase something, vibes with some good love. Thank you, Amy. You know, it's like, you know, there is this point where we need to do that. But when it's going me, you don't get to do any of that. That's when things are out. Yeah. So right now we're trying to really balance all of that. But the best way to do this is by stepping back and going internal right now. Hang on, guys. Let me see if I can. I'm hoping the internet's been really horrible because it's school holidays and everyone's using the internet. So hopefully I don't drop out. Anyway, so it's about going internal, because the external stuff right now is just blowing up. And I think this is why, like, Virgo women out there, you understand what I'm saying. Like, you just really want to hide away. You want to put your hoodie on. You want to put the movies on. You want to just eat all of the chocolate and just hide away from it all, right? So through that process, we just want to go, like, we don't want to do this. Like, the hermit is for reals right now, guys. Listen to the hermit and go in. But every hermit knows, I'm going to say this one again, because if you're feeling this vibe and you're not a Virgo, then I totally get it too, right? Totally understand. I can vibe with you. If you're in this point where you just want to hermit, every hermit knows it's how you use this time that counts. So when you are hermiting, we need to self-love, self-care, journal it out, reflect. And it's also, this is the time right now, and I'm hoping, like, you know, if there are blokes out there watching this, like, please do the same. Do a bit of inner reflection, because, you know, this is also the energies of reflection. Scorpio is water. We want to reflect. Also with the moon, the lunar aspects, reflection. Although, mind you, we've gone dark. So let's go womby instead. We're going womb, internal, reflection, right? Like, this is how we break it down. So we're taking some time to just reflect. Hermit. And as we do that, we're going to get our big, beautiful breakthroughs, okay? Why is this person reacting this way? What is it in my energy that's requiring Libra to balance me through this response? Can we look at it that way? Hopefully that makes sense. You guys are understanding. How can I see this in a way that I'm going to reflect? It's reflecting me. You know, it's my balancing act. Take that time, okay? Then also know where is the truth, like the boundary truth, the healthy boundary truth, the truth about, and this is the thing, right? Scorpio has a bit of a sting. Sometimes we have to get real. This is about seeing the realities in our relationship, okay? When it's in retrograde, like, no fluffy stuff. This is where all the not nice stuff can come out. This is where we can see our partner's downfalls, where we see their woundings. Also where we see our own woundings, where our partners will see our shit, right? So we need to find that, like, we need to find the balance. We need to find what the stuff is coming up, and it's so hard, right? There's so much stuff that will be coming up. If you're not in a relationship, this will be directly related to all of the people around you, but also your inner workings, okay? Like, where is she out of imbalance in here? Where is he out of imbalance within me? You know, finding that, you know, maybe you're doing too much at work and not enough at home resting. You know, what's the balance here? Okay. The best way to go forward in relationships right now, because obviously we've got a lot of this stuff going on, is this need to just be compassionate. All right, be understanding, try to see it from the other person's shoes, you know, walk in their shoes for a little bit, take some notes, you know, am I doing it right? Is everything okay? You know, if I was them, how would I feel about this situation? How can I How can I reflect this? You know, how can I reflect upon this? And connection, loving connection, guys. Like, so if you want a hermit, that's all well and good, but make time to deeply connect, and show love. Show that other person that you give a shit, right? And it's hard when you're going through. Taj, if you're watching this live, I'm gonna kick your butt. Stop messaging me. You're distracting me. So use this time to connect with people you love, because, you know, Libra loves to connect and loves to be out there and loves to spread the beauty, but also know when to come back in and to just take that time for you, to take that time to rebalance, because that's what we need to do. Libra is there to act as a tool and to be that balancing person, and she doesn't get a break until she comes home and she's by herself. Okay, so yeah, so right now is the time for manifesting, guys. Now is the time for manifesting. But I'm talking about witchy manifesting. I'm not just talking about a little woo-woo, right? I mean, if you don't even go there, right? But if you're watching this, you probably do. But if you don't even touch the manifesting stuff, if you don't even play around with the moon ever, if you don't ever even play around with the moon, or don't even like tap into this, now is the time to start doing it, or at least do it this cycle, okay? So we want to manifest, but this is what it is. I'm going to read exactly what I said, what I've written down here, because I think it's perfect. Believe in self-made magic, miracles, and empowering the inner witch. Okay, because this energy right now, like, I had a thunderstorm today, guys. This energy is just ready and ripe to plant the seeds for manifesting. It is potent. It is the most potent that it gets, right? Now, they just gave me a little bit of a download there, and I want to share it, but I also I'm not going to go into in depth with it, because I feel as though we need to wait for full-on Scorpio season to do that. But Scorpio, anything that was coming through in Cancer season that you chose not to deal with emotionally will come out with these Scorpio energies, right? Whenever we are working with Pisces, Cancer, or Scorpio, this is our water element. This is our emotions. This is when we need to deal with it. So if you didn't deal with it, if you haven't dealt with it, Scorpio is going to bring it out. So I'm just going to put that one there. We're going to talk about that more when we get to next month's stuff, or at least maybe I'll do a video when we hit Scorpio season. No, I won't, because I'm going to be on holiday. So when I'm done next month, when we get to November, we'll be doing that. But I just wanted to state that so you're aware, so you can use that information as you need. So use this time to create your own miracles in life. If you're stuck in your wealth, if you're stuck in your beauty, if you're stuck in your health stuff, and if you're stuck in your relationships, now's the time to use this energy to make the changes, right? If you're not having any fun, if you're not connecting, if you're not playing, now's the time to access that. I mean, I look at my little Scorpio out there, my Scorpio sun with a Libra moon, so that this energy is like, I see it every day. I look at him and he reminds me daily, Mom, come and play. Or, Mom, leave me alone. I'm independent right now and I don't need you. Literally see that, like, that balance from him constantly. And he has got so much love in him. He's such a blessing to watch. So much joy. So using this energy right now to work for you, rather than letting it like tow you behind the boat, drowning you. I think that is the most like perfect way to explain what Scorpio Venus retrograde in Scorpio is like. Do you want to let it drown you behind the boat while towing you at fast speeds? Like, do you want to do that? Or do you want to actually do it? Hey, do you actually want to, go away. People messaging me. Ugh. You know, do you want that to happen? This time it wasn't Taj, guys. It was somebody else. So let's do a bit of a reading. We're going to work with the Moonology cards. We're going to get specifically, we're going to tune in with this moon, okay? Because we've got Venus retrograde is going to be with us until, I believe it's the 15th or 16th of November. I think it's the 16th of November, guys. So, you know, we've got that for a little while. We'll talk a bit more about it as we go along. I'll give you little updates here and there. Yeah. Also, I'm going to put this out there. It's probably a terrible idea. So I was asked by someone whether or not I was going to do a video or a vlog on my holiday while I'm away. And the locations and stuff that we're going, and a little bit about like what I do every day. And a little bit about, you know, what I'm doing generally in life as a vlog. Like, that's not really something that I do here, but if that's something you guys are interested in, my general witchiness, I'd be more than happy to do like a mini vlog every fortnight or something like that. If that's something you guys want, like, I'm just putting it out there. Otherwise, I'm not going to do it if you guys don't want it, because it's kind of weird. But I got asked whether or not I was going to do a vlog on while I'm away. So if you guys are interested in that, I will do that. But otherwise, probably sounds really like, I don't know. I just find them a bit like self-focused, and it's kind of weird. Oh, thanks, Lily. Alright, well, I'll start with my holiday one, and if you guys like that, then I'll do a day in the life of a mother witch or something like that. I don't know. Alright, let's focus in now. Focusing in on the Libra New Moon. Don't throw all the cards out at once. And what the energies are bringing for us. Okay, I honestly did not respond. I honestly didn't think most of you would like that. Anyway. You guys are funny. Alright. Alright, these three cards are sitting up here. Let's do that. This is really beautiful, hey. Alright, so normally we have like this, when we have our full moon, we're like releasing, right? But this moon in particular, I am feeling is not the case, right? It's not, this is not so much, you can plant your seeds right now, because I think this is really important. This is the balance, right? The balance between planting the new seeds and putting, so planting the seeds and releasing the things that we don't need. So whenever we move into a new season, what do we do with our garden? We go and we pull out the stuff. We take out the stuff out of our garden. We turn over the soil, and then we put in the new seeds. We never go, all right, let's put more seeds in on top of the shit that's already in there, right? We don't do that. So I think, all right, I've got 5 cards, but I will pull one more at the end. We got 5 cards. So we don't do that, right? We don't put all the shit in there. We don't put more shit on top of the shit, right? We don't do that. We just put new carrots in yesterday, so I'm like planting all the new seeds at the moment in my garden. We let the garden bed have some time to rest over the last season, so it was nice. I think it was nice for the soil to have that, because some of our plants didn't grow as nicely as we wanted them last time. Yeah, and I've just planted sunflowers, so I'm really excited for that. My husband's like joking around. He's like, let's put all of the sunflower seeds in all at once and see what happens. And I'm like, well, we could do that. There's no reason why we couldn't do that. It could be fun. Anyway. So, right now, this moon, let's get back on topic, Chloe. This moon right now is asking us, right, to find balance. Through removing the old, releasing the old, and then putting in the new seeds and planting our new desires and dreams and big things, right? Because Venus retrograde is also going to get you really questioning what it is you want, right? About your health, wealth, abundance in general, right? Abundance in general. We'll use it. Abundance and prosperity in general. So to an aspect of this, we do need to surrender. So the first card was surrender to the divine. The full moon. Hello, little Scorpio. What are you doing?
love you.
Oh, I love you too. Do you want to say hello to everybody? Say hi. This is my Scorpio with a Libra moon, aren't you? Alright. Can you go back to Daddy, please?
No.
Yeah.
But I don't want to.
Alright, well, I'm going to play with you as soon as I'm done. Okay?
I want to wait here with you.
I know you do. Hang on. Alright, guys, I'll be right back. Where's Daddy? Are you planting seeds? Sorry, guys. I'm back. I've made them go plant as many seeds as they want in the garden. So we're planting seeds today, guys, as I said. So surrendering to the divine. There are certain things you do need to surrender right now. Whether or not relationships stay together is one of those things. Divine unions are going to stick together, right? No matter what, they're going to stay together. So don't worry, don't fear about it, don't stress about it. Just allow yourself the space to know that your relationships are safe. What are my boys' names? Orion, that was Orion, my oldest, and my youngest is Aris. So surrender, okay? We need to surrender and just let it go. There are some things that you can't control and can't handle. You just need to let it be. I really like this next one, all right? Personal issues, reach resolutions. Okay, so anything that has just been like coming at you out of nowhere, because literally I felt the day before we went into the Venus retrograde, shit went and hit the fan. And I'm going like, where did this come from? Where is this, like, what is this happening? Like, what is this happening? What, like, why is this happening? Oh my God, my words are going. But to know that, look, these things are now about to resolve themselves, and I can see them really coming out beautifully. Okay, so just, I feel as though we need to know, I think you all need to know that this very first initial bit is like the hard part, right? It's the hardest of the Venus retrograde, in the sense of like the other bits of the moon, everything else kind of happening on. So I just want you to know that personal stuff they're gonna resolve around this moon. So that's the full moon in Cancer. So we have that Cancerian beautiful energies. This one I think is really important, and it's come out a few times now. So this is the full moon in Leo. Don't let your pride get in the way. And I think this is really important. Okay, we're going to be having arguments. I think if we don't get through this without an argument, you are the luckiest person alive, right? We're having these moments right now where we're not harmonious. It's going to be. All right. Sending good juju, good vibes, but it's likely that will be the case. But remember in this, compassion, all right? Don't let your pride get in the way that you have to be right. Like, try and see from the other person's perspective. Try to be kind, try to be nice, try to be the Venus. You know, what would she do? What would Venus do, okay? You know, what sort of love would she give back if she wasn't in retrograde? You know, ask yourself, you know, how can you be loving and understanding and see from the other person's perspective as well. I like this one. Nothing is set in stone, the mutable moon. This is so perfect, right? Because we need to understand, right? This week you might have an argument with your lover and shit goes and hits the fan. And then next week we're going to be okay, right? Don't think just because you break up now that's the end, right? It may be, but you know it. You'll know, like 100% you'll know. If someone proposes, there's no guarantee that it's sticking, right? I think that's one of the interesting things is like, yeah. You know what I think? I was just thinking then, On the 20th, I'm going to my longest friend's wedding. We've been friends for 15 years, and it's like we go through all of the shadow stuff of the relationships to come out at the end with this beautiful, dreamy, relationshipy, nice, gorgeous stuff at the end. Perfect for weddings, perfect for love, perfect for romance, perfect to open up the doors and to just get in it and ooze in it and just love in it, right? So I think that's like, I'm kind of looking forward to that point where I can step out of this and go, like, how beautiful. Oh no, wait, that's not the case at all. That's not the case at all. I take all of that back. But once we get to the end, sorry, I'm actually going on the 20th of October. Right smack bang in the middle of it. We'll see what happens there then. That'll be interesting. I'm wishing her the best. Take it back, Chloe. Why did you say all of that? All right, anyway, let's move on. Nothing is set in stone, okay? Nothing that happens in relationships right now is 100% set in stone. And, you know, it gives you time to review, all right? It allows you space to review. Just sometimes we just need a little bit of a break to breathe, okay? But still, I stand by what I said. How beautiful. I'm going to put the energy, I'm going to imagine the energies at the end of that, and it's just beautiful, okay? It's just beautiful. So, this moon, right now, because this is what this is for, it's not just the retrograde, we're looking at the moon specifically right now. Nothing is set in stone. This is why the energy is so ready, so beautiful. So just, it's just ready for us to just dive into, right? So this one here is like, what do you need to release? And we talked a bit about that, like surrendering, releasing. What do you need to release right now? The moon is about to bleed. She's having her bleeding time where she'll start to release her light again into the world. She's in her crone phase. She's super wise. She's super truthful, right? This is as truthful as it gets. I find that when I'm bleeding, it's like the clarity during that time of my life and that time of my cycle is just like, you know, moving beyond the PMS stage, which she can be a little bit irrational. But if I'm in my divine power and in my fullness, that no BS is healthy, sacred boundaries, right? But when we move into the actual new moon phase, that's the crone, right? She's in her fullness. She's in her release. She's in her like slow down phase, her winter phase, her like doing her inner work. So it is like the most perfect time right now. If you want answers around things, is to like sit down and write, you know, what is it that I need to know right now? What do I need to see right now? What is the truth right now? I also wanted to bring up here, just wanted to put up here. And I'm going to do, I feel like I'm going to do a little, we might do a little workshop on this at some point, and talking about moon flow. But Spirit brought this up to me that every cycle, your moon flow can change. So you can go from a full moon to a new moon. Our cycles do not have to sit in a certain 28 frame, because that's what says that, you know, we're a 28-day cycle. It doesn't have to do that. It can go up to 6 weeks. It can go down to down to 2 weeks. It doesn't have to. They're changing so much now because we're starting to realize she's communicating with us, right? So we don't have to be learning that same lesson over and over and over and over again. So if you suddenly get your moon flow tomorrow or during this phase right now, and you're going, she's early, right? She's way early. Because now you're learning a new lesson, okay? So we don't have to stick into the same thing. I've noticed that over the last 12 months, it's becoming more and more regular. Those things are changing. And I've been like, I record everything about moon flow energies, right? And it's like, what's going on, right? Yeah, so Priscilla moved from a new to full, and I moved from a full to a new. Priscilla and I noticed that we're always opposite on our moon flows. It's hilarious. So there is this whole process where we're really needing to understand that our moon flows, we think that they are supposed to always be the same, and they're supposed to be predictable, and they're supposed to be structured. Does that sound very masculine to you? Does that sound masculine to you? Anyone else think that that's very masculine? Right? No, she's fluid. She changes. Sometimes she's going to be full. Sometimes she's going to be new. Sometimes she's going to be waxing. Sometimes she's going to be waning. You guys are interested in and like that topic, I'm really considering doing like a workshop on it. So if you're interested in that, I will look at doing like an in-depth understanding around the truth and the true energetics around our moon flow. So if you're interested in that, I will look at doing that. I'm still learning. I'm wanting to learn more about like understanding for our elders and those that are no longer flowing, what is beyond that point, so energetically, because obviously I'm not in that phase yet. I'm still most definitely in my mother phase. So anyway, back to the moon, back to right now. Right now they're calling us for self-love, for connection, to not let our pride be our number one thing that grabs us, that holds us, that you know, that rules us, because we're not in that energy. She doesn't give us that kind of energy, right? Like Scorpio can take us to those shadows, right? That's what she's gonna teach us, or he's gonna teach us. I don't know, I always thought Scorpio was quite masculine, but at the same time it can be very feminine. Because when you look at that little Scorpio, you put it up, right? These two little claws are ovaries. And the tail is like the birth canal. Have you ever thought about that? How cool is that? Yeah, that's it, Priscilla. I'm gonna see if I can, actually, I know the perfect person to talk to. My crone, I will have to go and talk with her and ask her about her stuff. I haven't seen her in a while. She's been away on holiday, so when she gets back, I'm gonna be talking to her. Did you ever notice that about Scorpio? How cool. Anyway, so yeah, so we've got these beautiful energies. As long as you're seeing them for what they are, seeing the truth of them, you're going to be fine. Don't allow it to sweep you away. Don't allow it to drag you underwater and just drown the crap out of you, okay? Use this beautiful energy of this gift that comes with Scorpio, which is the esoteric, which is the inner power, which is the inner witch, to grab the universe by the balls and step into your power, okay? Like, get really clear about right now. Use this moon. Sit down, right? This is your homework, guys. Sit down and write out, what are your beliefs around love? What are your beliefs around abundance? What do you want in those areas? What are your sacred boundaries around those areas? Because that's been a theme as well. Like, what is our sacred boundaries? Sit down, sit with it, like get into it, know it fully, and then you can move forward. Like access the inner witch to manifest, access her, and do a little ritual. If you wanna really access it, do a little ritual. You know, get your cauldron out, get your tarot cards out, get your pendulum out, get, you know, whatever it is. If you're into Ouija, I'm not into Ouija, but if you're into Ouija, get a Ouija board out, like whatever it is you feel called to work with. You know, access your ancestors that way. I've always been a bit like, all right, I'm terrified of horror movies, so I'm not sure that I would go and tap into a Ouija board. I have friends that do it, but I'm not quite there. That's not quite me. That's not my Virgo-y energy. It's not my thing. Give me a deck of oracle cards any day. Mind you, I now have 2 new tarot decks that I love, and I've never been really connected to really do tarot. But this energy is making it super easy to do it. So if you haven't worked with it, do it. So yeah, create an altar, create a sacred space, whatever it is that you do to get yourself in alignment with your energy. Because all of these things are just to get us into alignment. You guys know that? Like your cards, to keep you in alignment. Your altar, to get into alignment. Palm reading cards, how cool is that, Emily? Awesome. So whatever it is you feel called to do energetically, to do it. You don't have to go change people, right? You change the energetics of yourself and people will respond differently to you. That's how it works, okay? So hopefully this is all making sense. And how are you all feeling about that going forward? Hopefully you're feeling a bit more like you've got it, or you understand it, or you feel like you've got, you know, there is a way forward here and I'm not going to drown. I've thrown you a life raft, hopefully. So that's what I was going to do. I was going to pull one more card before we go. So let's pull one more card and yeah. All of the cards threw themselves out. If the Aries moon card comes back out, we'll have a little bit of giggle. That was the last moon we had, wasn't it? It was the Aries moon. So it'd be rounding out those energies as well. Okay. Still shuffling. Try to embrace everything that's going on. Try not to control anything that's going on though. Oh, you're so welcome, Emily. Just realised I'm missing comments. Okay. Alright, they just showed me a rune. So instead I'm going to grab a rune. Sorry guys. Sometimes that happens. I literally just look at it and I'm like, oh, that's the rune. If you can see. I don't think you saw my, I'm wearing my pajamas. Can you tell I'm wearing my pajamas? That's how Virgo I am right now. Alright. That's highly appropriate, that. Alright, can you guys see here? So I've just seen this rune here. Yeah, when my eyes closed. And I was trying to like line up. And it's all about separation. Now we talked about this. We've talked about this one before. It's not the only one that's come up. Okay, so I really love when that does that. I'm sure we've talked about this one before. What number are you on? 63. I'm not really, I don't know a lot about runes, guys. I'm still a learner. I'm on my L plates. 63. And I forget things really easily. And it's not too far. Alright. Separation, retreat, inheritance. Right. The reason why I feel this is the rune for us today is because I feel this is what the separation card means. It doesn't necessarily mean the breakup of a relationship. Mind you, it can mean that, but it is the separation of self. When we go internal, right? It is the internal. Things are off balance. Things are out of alignment. Things aren't lined up. I'm going to learn all these runes so that I don't have to use a book ever again. So it's about the separation of energies. It's the separation of divine feminine, divine masculine. It's also the reminder to retreat, to take your time away from the world. The feminine needs to take a break from the masculine. It's okay. When we look at it, go to the home, not to the external, not to the go, 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 right? So take this time to do your ritual. Take this time to go within. Take this time to have that separation. If your partner wants to go out, let him go out. You know, let him go do his thing, whatever it is he needs to do. Or if you need to sleep in separate beds for one night, do it. Maybe your energy, like, if you're sleeping close parameter, I think, like, when I'm older, I'm probably going to have my own bed. I love my husband. But, like, energetically, it's actually really a smart thing to sleep in separate beds. Because your energies aren't, like, sitting on top of each other all night. It's where your body recharges and realigns. So every now and then to have it, like, to sleep in your own bed in your own space is really good for your energies. I never get that. My children co-sleep. Yay. Probably won't be until they're, like, 12. Until I get my bed back, if I'm lucky. But take this time. I like this. Okay. I'm going to read the first little bit here because I think it's perfect. This is a time of separating paths. Old skins must be shed, outmoded relationships discarded. When this rune appears in the spread, it is a peeling away is called for. So the snake shedding of the skin. And I'm pretty sure that Scorpios, as they grow, the scorpions, they also shed their outer skeleton. Correct me if I'm wrong there, but I'm sure that that's the case. This is the rune of radical severance. The proper action here is submission and quite possessing in the firmness of how it will be carried out. However, the benefits of receiving... Alright, so this is a divine inheritance. So by taking this time to step back, to have this moment where you are disconnecting, where you're having that separation, where you're having that retreat, it gives you this moment to receive your divine inheritance, which is wisdom, which is knowledge, which is alignment, which is upgrade, which is download, which is whatever it is that they're trying to bring through for you. You just need to get yourself back into you, yeah, and to balance that yin yang energy within you, that feminine masculine balance within you as well. So just know that that's what this new moon is calling for us. We are going to be entering at the end of the month is the full moon in Taurus. I'll be away at that time, so I'm going to try and we'll see if I can do like a very short, very mini live on it. We'll see how we go, or I'll do a pre-record video. I'll put it up for you guys. But that moon is going to give us beauty and grounding to this energy that we are creating here. All right, there's a lot of energy going on up here. This energy can then be grounded into the Taurian fullness of the full moon, right? The Taurian, whenever the moon is in Taurus, like prosperity reigns, abundance reigns. We are grounded then, you know, we are really deeply grounded. So, and that's when we move into Scorpio. So we'll be in Scorpio by then on the 24th. And I think it's going to be beautiful. I really do feel as though the luxury, like what the potential luxury of these scorpionic energies, which is sensuality, sexuality, and all those beautiful things, can be finally anchored and grounded in a divine, healthy way, providing you've done the work over the next 2 weeks. So hopefully that makes a bit of sense. I won't go too much into it because we don't need to talk too much about it just yet. We're talking about this moon. We're trying to be present in this space and not worry about what everything else is going on. But you know, there's a lot going on. So do you. Take time for you. Look after yourself. Find your own internal balance, and it'll all work out. You know, it'll all come to fruition in its own timing. Don't worry about how it's going to happen. Just do you for the moment, and just trust. Okay. So so much love to all of you. Thank you so much for being here with me. Appreciate it. There's so many of you on live right now. Like I don't think I've ever had, like, I think we almost hit 20, so that's probably the most I've ever had with me on a live at a time. So it's fantastic to see so many of you beautiful people here today. Thank you so much. So if you guys want to book with me, my reading, we're down to like only a couple of weeks before I'm away on holidays, and I know, and I'm gonna apparently be doing vlogs now, so so we'll be doing that. But you're welcome, Lily. So yeah, if you guys want to book with me, I have a few times available. I'll be putting the rest of my times up until the 19th, which is when I go away, which I'll like kind of officially be on holidays at that point. So I'll be putting those up, and then I won't be back to do readings until just before Halloween. So if you want to get your readings, now is the time to do it. And codes as well. So the codes are also still on. Okay, I'm gonna have to put this on here. So codes are up for donation rates right now. This week, I haven't told you guys, I manifested my laptop. How cool, right? So within 2 weeks, I manifested a laptop and paid for it outright. Woohoo me, yes. Ooh, yes. So now I'm going to be able to set up my Afterpay. When the Afterpay is set up, I am setting my prices properly. I've been doing them cheaper because I felt really like I guess I felt bad because I wanted people to be able to purchase things, right? Like I really wanted to be able to serve you guys. This is like, I guess this is some background stuff on my money stuff. I wanted to be able to serve you guys, and so that you could afford me, like, you know, didn't matter what background you came from. But it came to the point where it was getting to the point where I was actually starting to put myself into energetic debt. Like I was exhausted, I was starting to get cranky about it, I was being a fucking martyr, and I hate that. And so I was like, no, like I can't allow myself to do that anymore. So I really had to work through all of that and my beliefs around that. And now I'm kind of coming out the other side of that and realizing, okay, I need to appropriately charge energetically for what I'm doing. And so when Afterpay was my option here, like this is a good way so that you guys can use Afterpay to purchase my readings or my codes at a rate that I feel is guided. Because this is the other thing, is that I'm now charging based on what my guides and my intuition say this is what I need to charge, which means that my prices will probably fluctuate whenever they tell me to change it. So it's just how I'm being guided. And so offering Afterpay gives you guys that opportunity to pay, like have that little payment plan, but I'm also getting paid for my work, and I'm feeding my children, and I'm covering my basic business costs and all of those things. So I am working my bum off this week to get a website up so you guys can do that. I don't know whether or not those of you in the States have Afterpay, or maybe I'll look at, see whether or not there's an option for you guys. I don't know if you've got something like Afterpay. We have, basically what Afterpay is that it breaks down the payment over four weeks or something like that. So it's more affordable, and yeah, I don't know if you guys have Afterpay or if you've got something like that. Maybe it's called Zip Pay. I'm not sure whether or not that's an American thing. Let me know, guys, for those of you from the States, see if you've got that kind of deal. But it's a thing here, and you know, it's fantastic. I basically use it for everything when purchasing things. So like for the family, like kids' clothes and all that kind of stuff. So I think it's fantastic. And I really wanted to offer that on my code work and my energetic work, so that you guys can purchase it outright. Like I think that it's a good balance, guys. It's a balance, right? Thanks, Alia. Yeah, me too, but I don't know. It keeps washing out really quickly. I've washed it like 3 or 4 times now, and like the ends and stuff are losing their color. So I'm gonna have to like already color it again. I'm just annoying. So yeah, so if you guys are wanting to do the donation rate on my codes, for the next few days, that'll still be up and available. But like I said, I'm really excited to be getting Afterpay sorted and having that up for you guys, and having a new website up and going. And yeah, and also if you guys didn't see my post about it, I now have an admin on my team, beautiful Lily Mills, who is the artist of my light language oracle. She did all of the what do you call it, the digital artwork of my original concept images. She's now going to be with us as an admin, which I'm really excited about. So excited. She's just one of the most kindest and wonderful people. Just wonderful people. So if you didn't know that, she'll respond as Lily on her, like when she posts as the Wild She, she'll put Lily underneath there. If it's me, you'll see my name. So all the content's still me, guys. Lily's just helping with the admin stuff and answering questions and you know, helping you with bookings and that kind of stuff. So in case you didn't know that, and so while I'm away, she'll be responding to things. So big love, Lily. I can see she's commenting there as the Wild Cheese. So thanks, beautiful. All right, so I will see if I can get her to get on a video, but I don't know if she will. Maybe I'll see whether or not I'll get her to do a live with me at some point. It might be a bit difficult, so. Alright guys, thank you so much. Appreciate you. Appreciate you all so very much. I needed a really good laugh this morning, so thank you so much for being here with me. And yeah, like I said, if you want to book with me, and also if you want to come and join Mystery School, you can still do that as well. But like I said, that's a subscription-based group, and I'm going to try also, yeah, lots of stuff going on in my brain. Can you tell that? That's my ADHD jumping all over the place. All right, big love, guys. Thank you so much for joining me. I hope you have a fantastic moon. I'll put up maybe a little video or a picture of my ritual that I'll do with my new moon, so you can see that. All right, guys, big love. I'll see you all soon.